You'll hear the zoo in the background the entire time, I imagine. But I just wanted to talk live about some stuff that happened yesterday and how we handle it here. Everybody was having a rough day yesterday. So yesterday it was gloomy here in Colorado, and when the sun doesn't show up in Colorado, everybody gets crabby. So my house was the energy level was a bit low yesterday. And so my oldest daughter, she was just having a crappy day, had been tired, probably malnourished, not malnourished, but had more junk food than normal. And so she was having a bit of a meltdown. And so I want to talk about how I handle those situations with the different techniques that I teach in my courses. Me and my other daughter and my husband were playing a game, and she was just too exhausted to even play a game, but too stubborn to take a nap. So we were at that point. And so I scooped her up and I just kind of held her. Didn't ask her any questions at this point, because I don't know if you guys have read The Whole Brain Child or listened to The Whole Brain Child. A super cool book if you're interested, but it talks about how you literally pop your top. And so when you kind of go out of your normal frequencies, your brain literally can't comprehend any rational thoughts or conversation to figure out what's wrong. So I just held her, just made noises, like white noise. And this is one cool thing that works really, really well. I would massage her legs while I'm holding her and massage her feet. So this kind of reminds people that they have a body and they don't have to be stuck in a memory or stuck in an event. It brings them back to more here and now. And so while I'm holding her, I massage her and just be there for her. There's no asking questions. She needs to come back to this present moment before she could even be coherent to begin with. So once I did that and got her calmed down, we talked a little bit about what was going on and how she was feeling. And then she loves to draw. And that makes much more sense in her brain than anything else. So I was like, okay, go draw me a picture of what you're feeling. And I have them here and I love them. They make me happy. But I think in the kids course, I will definitely include a whole section on this. So we have how she was feeling. This is how she was feeling. And I was like, cool, what does all that mean? Right? I need a key. And she told me about everything and what it all was and the sensations she was feeling. And so then she made me this key. Oh, sorry if that was loud. Okay. So what I found super interesting, this one here is stress. I mean, I feel like that's a pretty accurate depiction of stress. And if you go back to here, she told me that the stress was at the top of her head. Now I tell you what, that's perfect, because stress is a brain thing. So for her to accurately depict where stress would live at the top of the head, where you're just not living in your body, was so, impressive. But if we're going to come down to it, kids actually know this stuff more than we do. It actually comes much more natural to them. So I just thought it was amazing, an amazing example of how to really feel into our emotions and feel where they sit in our body. So her stress is here. Well, that's because she had lost connection to the rest of her body while she was freaking out. Popping your top, right? Our bodies don't exist at that point anymore. So what else was on here? She had some anger in her belly. So we got anger, and she said it felt there wasn't enough space, obviously. That looks horrible, right? And that was in her belly. So she was angry, and the anger sat in her belly, and it was too tight, too compact. And then sadness. This was sadness, and she felt this in her arms.
I want less space.
Less space. You want it to be more held.
More like this one.
More like that one, but
not as
not angry, right?
Yeah.
Okay. And then soreness. This was interesting. So I think she's got some growing pains going on and her legs were a little bit sore. These are her soreness descriptions. But man, that stress one, I was like, oh my gosh, if somebody could draw my brain when I'm freaking out, that is so spot on. If drawing helps relieve some emotions, and this is another way that you can handle some stuff, draw out where your different emotions are sitting and draw what they look like. Close your eyes and draw what they look like sitting in your body. And that's one way that you can help process them out, or at least learn where they live and what they feel like and how to recognize them. So I hope that was useful. Let me know if you have any questions.